Hello and good evening, everyone. On the behalf of the instrumental program at East Hartford High School, I welcome you and thank you for coming out to tonight's instrumental program. We have a great program for you tonight. I am Greg Hoyt. I am the concert band and jazz band director. Just a couple housekeeping things. Again, we have exits in the back. If you could all do us a large favor to respect the members that we have on stage and the hard work that they've put in. If you could silence your cellular devices right now. Turn off any flashes that may be going on. And if you have to use the restroom or you have an emergency, please wait until the applause. Without further ado, we're going to start with the playing of our Star Spangled Banner. So I ask you, please, if you can, please rise.
Hello, my name is Faith Anane and I'm in 9th grade and I play the flute. The first piece we'll be performing is Rocket Ship by Kevin Day. Kevin Day is an African-American composer, conductor, and a recent college graduate from Arlington, Texas. Rocket Ship was composed to take the audience through the many states of flight from takeoff to zero gravity. We hope you enjoy Rocket Ship.
Hello, my name is Abigail Koval. I'm in 9th grade and I play the trombone. The next piece we'll be performing is Ancient Flower by Yukiko Nishimura. Composer and pianist Yukiko Nishimura was born in Japan and moved to the United States to study music at the Manhattan School of Music. Her composition, Ancient Flowers, has melodies from Japan and harmonies composed by Western-style vocabulary. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. So now it's me again. So before we introduce our last piece, I'd like to just take a moment to recognize our graduating seniors from concert band. We're going to recognize them more formally at Alltown on May 22nd, but I'd like for them to stand now and be recognized for their final concert band performance. Seniors, please stand.
Hello, my name is Nina Torres, and I am in the 12th grade, and I play trombone. Our final piece, To Create a Voice, is composed by Carol Britton Chambers of San Antonio, Texas. Miss Chambers is currently on the music faculty at Texas Lutheran University, where she teaches trumpet and music education. To Create a Voice is written in memory and celebration of Chris Anderson, musician and educator from Sexton, California. To Create a Voice conveys many moods and emotions throughout, with a soulful beginning with calm woodwind chords and a solo trombone performed by Gabe Garrett. The energy increases throughout the various sections of the piece and explores different grooves and colors.
Hello, my name is Elijah Barrett. I'm in the 11th grade and I play the trombone in a jazz band. Tonight, the first tune the jazz band will play is Better Get Hate in Your Soul by Charles Mingus and arranged by Andrew Holmesy. Written in a fast 3/4, this gospel-inspired burner is as fun to play as is to listen to. There is great interplay between sections of the band as layers of the sound move in and out.
Hello, my name is Saja. I'm in the 11th grade and play the tenor saxophone in jazz band. The second tune jazz band will perform is Horsepower by Fred Stern. This shuffle builds from a whisper to a roar during the first 36 measures, and it just keeps on cooking from there. The rhythmic twist and independent part writing keeps this piece fun and exciting throughout the entire performance.
Before we get to our last tune this evening, we have to do a quick little equipment change over here. I'd like to take a minute just to recognize these students. I kind of do this at every concert, but I think it's important to point out this group rehearses exclusively outside of school, more importantly, before school. We get together almost every Tuesday morning, weather permitting, at 6:15, and we rehearse for an hour, and the level of commitment and devotion to make that happen from them, but also the people that drive them that I see every Tuesday morning in the parking lot is fantastic. So I'd like to give these students and their rides a huge hand. Thank you so much for that. The jazz band has one more piece to play for you, and then we should have a quick transition over to orchestra. I hope you're enjoying the evening so far, and I'd like to bring up our third jazz band student speaker to introduce our final piece.
Hello, my name is Sasha. I'm in the 11th grade and play the tenor saxophone in jazz band. The final song the jazz band will play this evening is titled Escola de Samba by Jarvis, commissioned by the St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute Jazz Ensemble of Kenmore, New York. This spirited Latin original is a real showstopper. The title's Portuguese means a samba school, referring to a club or dancing school. Throughout the year, samba schools hold events, the most important being the annual spectacle known as the Carnival. The groove here alternates between samba and partido alto rhythms. As the music plays, you can also see the dancers in these elaborate, colorful costumes.
Am I speaking over here? Good evening. My name is Azaria Bird. I am a sophomore and I play viola in the orchestra. The first piece in our program, Mozart's Exultate Jubilate, will be performed by a reduced section of our orchestra. This ensemble learned their music in class with our entire orchestra and also rehearsed independently in the student-led rehearsals. A few added extra musicians tonight from the symphonic orchestra to balance out the sections in the low string section. This piece was originally composed as a religious motet while Mozart was in Italy working on an opera. This piece was later arranged for strings. The Latin lyrics translate as, "Rejoice, resound with joy, O you blessed souls, singing sweet songs. In response to your singing, let the heavens sing forth with me."
My band director colleagues, good evening, my name is Anna Lastly, I'm the orchestra director. My band colleagues told me that don't worry, Mrs. Lastly, they will all fit, they will figure it out. We're used to being first and everything is just so, and they were right, they do fit, everything's just fine, so. Thank you, Mr. Siegel and Mr. Hoyt. I just wanted to take a moment before we recognize the next piece and have somebody talk about the next piece to recognize our seniors. We are going to be recognizing them formally at our All-Town concert, which is in 2 weeks on Tuesday, May 21st. But I just wanted to take a moment, all of the students that you see on the stage with their little yellow corsages, or boutonnieres, are our seniors, our graduating seniors. And if you could just take a moment, seniors, can you please rise so everybody can see who you are? We are super proud of all of them, and we will be talking about it more on the 21st of May. So I'm introducing Jasmine Ayala, who's going to introduce our next piece.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Ayala. I am a senior and I play bass in the orchestra. Our next piece, which includes all of our musicians in the orchestra, is the first movement of the Fourth Symphony by Felix Mendelssohn, arranged for strings. This symphony is known as the Italian Symphony. This piece was written between 1829 and 1831 when Mendelssohn traveled through Italy. This piece was completed in 1833 and performed in London and conducted by Mendelssohn himself.
Good evening. My name is Elijah Barrett. I'm in the 11th grade, and I play the trombone and wind ensemble. Tonight, the first selection of wind ensemble will be performed. Tonight, the first selection the wind ensemble will be performing is titled Gavorkna Fanfare by Jack Stamp. Gavorkna Fanfare was composed for and dedicated to Eugene Corporon and the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music Wind Symphony. This brisk and energetic fanfare is unique in that it features the full wind band rather than just the traditional brass and percussion sections. This instrumentation was the outcome of a request from Eugene Caperon, one of Stamp's conducting instructors at Michigan State University, who asked for a piece that would be a great opener for the entire band at the 1991 CBDNA conference. The word Gavorkna has no connection to anything in the Russian or Slavic languages. It is a nonsense word that Caperon made up while Stamp was his student.
Hello, my name is Brian Cuellar Rojas, and I'm in the 10th grade and play the baritone in wind ensemble. Dusk is a simple, chorale-like work capturing the reflective calm of dusk, paradoxically illuminated by the fiery hues of sunset. Composed by Stephen Bryant, he states that he is always struck by the dual nature of this experience, as if witnessing an event of epic proportions silently occurring in slow motion. Dusk is intended as a short, passionate evocation of this moment of dramatic stillness.
Thank you so much. Before we get to our last and major work that we're going to perform this evening, I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our older students standing on stage or sitting on stage with boutonnieres. These are our seniors. This group of students is very special to me. We started our time at East Hartford together 4 years ago, and it's a very special concert to see them grow up and get ready to move on. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to recognize them much more thoroughly at Alltown in a week and a half or so I hope you'll join us. But at this time, I'd like all our Wind Ensemble seniors to stand up and be recognized for their final performance. Without further ado, I'd like to turn things over to our final student announcer and guest narrator, Anthony Meglin.
Hello, my name is Anthony Meglin, and I'm in 12th grade and play tuba and wind ensemble. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing and narrating of Sailors in Wales, 5 scenes from Melville. This selection is a 5-movement work based on scenes from Harmon Melville's Moby Dick. It was commissioned by and is dedicated to the California Band Directors Association Incorporated and was premiered in February of 1990 by the California All-State Band, conducted by the composer. Before each movement, I will read a short passage explaining the text or character that inspired the composition. Finally, we ask that you hold your applause until the end of the 5th movement. Call me Ishmael. I go to sea as a simple sailor. Right before the mast, plumb down into the forecastle, aloft there to the royal masthead. I am tormented with an everlasting itch for things remote. I love to sail forbidden seas and land on barbarous coasts. For these reasons, the whaling voyage was welcome. The great floodgates of Wanderworld swung open. There flooded in my inmost soul endless processions of the whale and one grand hooded phantom, like a snow hill in the sky. Queequeg's father was a high chief, a king. His uncle, a high priest. There was excellent blood in his veins, royal stuff. It was quite plain that he must be some abominable savage, but Queequeg was a creature in the transitory state, neither caterpillar nor butterfly. Savage though he was, a hideously marred about the face, his contentious yet had something in it, though all this unearthly tattooings, and in his large deep eyes, fiery black and bold, there seemed tokens of a spirit that would dare 1,000 devils. There was a low rumbling of heavy sea boots among the benches, and all was quiet again, and every eye was on the preacher. Father Maple rose, and in prolonged solemn tones, like the continuing tolling of a bell in a ship that is foundering a sea in a fog, in such tones he commenced reading the following hymn. as I leveled my glance towards the taffrail. Before bonding shivers ran over me. Captain Ahab stood on his quarterdeck. So powerfully did the whole grim aspect of Ahab affect me that for the first few moments I hardly noticed the barbaric white leg upon which he partly stood. Bedraggled with trailing ropes and harpoons and lances, Moby Dick seemed possessed by all the angels that fell from heaven. Retribution, swift vengeance, eternal malice were all his whole aspect. The birds, they marked the spot. The whale, a pelm, a pelm. Oh, all ye sweet powers of air, he turns to meet us. My God, stand by me now.
Thank you so much. We have one more super short transition before our grand finale of Phantom of the Opera, so please bear with us. Symphonic Orchestra, come on up, please. Wind Ensemble, let's reset. I do want to take this time real quick, ladies and gentlemen, while we're doing this. If you haven't noticed, out front, we have a table. Friends of Music is here. We're looking for some sign-up help for this spring. There has been a lacrosse game added to the Rensselaer Stadium schedule. What's the exact date? May 19th. It's a Sunday. We're looking for parent volunteers to come help and man our booth. And students, 16 and over, can come with us. All proceeds benefit directly the East Hartford High School Music Department. We're also going to be continuing our fundraising efforts next year in the fall at Rensselaer Stadium. There is possibly a big trip being planned down south. So if you're looking for fundraising opportunities, Vanessa Migliori is here right now. She will be out in the back of the house. If you haven't met her, said hi yet, please give her your name and phone number. That way you guys can sign up to help work the booth and earn some money for East Hartford High School Music Department activities. Friends of Music is a fantastic organization. It's only successful because parents get involved and help these students with the resources that we need here at the high school. So I highly encourage and come and help out. And if you have any questions whatsoever about Friends of Music, Vanessa's here to help you with that. So I hope you come and say hi to her. And I'm trying to stall as much as possible. I think we're almost ready for our final number. You've been a fantastic audience. We thank you so much for coming. I know it's a long night, but man, these students work so hard on this music. I think every group deserves another round of applause. It's been fantastic night of music so far.
Hi, I just wanted to, oops, oh, sorry. Thought they were all set. They sounded great. I just wanted to say a couple words. This is our closing piece, the grand finale, and this is my favorite part of the year because we get to combine. I wish our stage were bigger. Maybe if anyone from the Board of Ed is here, we can do some construction projects or something, so we can get more of the students up on stage. I would love to have everybody playing this. So this is a huge collaboration between Mr. Siegel and I to make this happen. As you can see, we don't all fit on the stage, both groups. So we had to do a lot of work together behind, after school, and trying to coordinate everything. And believe it or not, what you're about to hear, because we worked separately for so long, we only put this together in I think 5 or 6 rehearsals. Is that right? Maybe not even, and they're not even full rehearsals. So these guys worked really, really hard. I'm super proud of them. And many of the students on stage today are also coming with us tomorrow. Our music department is having a trip to go to Broadway. We're going to be seeing Phantom of the Opera, so that'll be super special. So anyways, please enjoy, and thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. And thank you to all the students, all of you.
Thank you very much for coming out this evening. I hope you enjoyed the evening. We look forward to seeing you at all the town concerts and duties. Have a good night.